just only have one, have the
Is
regular
next week-
meeting
is
last
next
month.
week- Is next week Thanksgiving?
Next week is Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you want to
no,
meet on the 24th or
No.
just skip it and go to the 1st?
Go to the first. My
The-
opinion is.
The only action item, the only action item that we have as of today is the Pipeline Task Force made a recommendation that the board authorize them to get a proposal or cost estimate or something from a geologist by the name of Rubin in New York.
No.
And so that's the only action item that the board has to consider.
Actually, Rick, that kind of blew up because they had a conversation with Rubin, and he cannot do it.
But he gave him another name, so I'm not sure exactly how they want to handle it. But that was the only action item we had for next.
Well, if they come, they come. That's all right.
But we have two open items associated with that. One, waiting to hear if Sunoco ETP is going to be responsive to possibly doing it. And number two, Gene Blom indicating that they have their geologist and they're going to be providing some sort of a report. So we've still got our fingers in this, but I don't want to get scattered with now, well, this consultant didn't work, so now let's get this one quick. Let's get the board to act upon it. I feel, David, help ground me here, because you're right in tune with it.
James Bloom information said if they determine that they're in that's in their right of way, they're going to do the whole. They're going to do it.
Yeah. But David, what do you think about, moving on to another geologist and board acting on that at this point in time?
Yeah, well, the motion was to talk to a guy named Paul Rubin from, and I can't remember the name of his firm.
Not Pee Wee Herman, is it?
No, not that Rubin, and not the Clean Air Rubin. It's not Sam Rubin. This is Paul Rubin. And basically, we found out good news and bad news. The bad news was that he is not a licensed geophysical in the state of Pennsylvania, and in order for him to file reports, he has to be licensed. The bad news is that none of the other people that have been doing the reports for the state or anybody else are licensed properly and credentialed properly to do the survey. So
I'm not going to renew my driver's license when the time.
We better hope
Paul
that James Bloom can do it.
can't do it. And so the motion becomes moot, but the issue doesn't become moot. So the question is, do we want to have a meeting and entertain public comment about the issue? Because
No.
I guess the status right now is that PennDOT's going to take a look, confirm it's in the right of way, and maybe do a bore sample.
Correct.
And that's kind of where we are. So we don't need a board meeting to
I don't
do
think
that.
we need a meeting for that. So I'm back to the first meeting in January.
Do we have any sense, I don't want
Let's
to.
meet in December.
David, do we have any sense of PennDOT, when they're going to get back to us about if they're going to do it and determining the right of way, et cetera? Any sense of timeline there?
Rick?
It takes in the right of way. It's inside between the pole and the edge of the carway. So it's in the
There's
right.
no
of way.
doubt about it. So
Okay.
that's not a question.
And
The sad part about it is they said they were going to send a geophysical person out there. They did. The person did nothing testing. They came out, looked at the depression, and said, "This doesn't look like anything," and went home.
And
Which is
didn't write
total,
it. Yeah.
total BS. So,
I think in that email today, he said that they would probably be digging a hole at the end of the week or something like that. I assume they mean next week, by the way.
they need
What?
to do the Pennsylvania 1 call. It takes 3 days.
3 days.
So if they made the call today, they could possibly, well, I don't know, if they made the call Monday, they could possibly dig Friday. I guess the best case would be sometime next week. The worst case could be the week after Thanksgiving.
Maybe you give a buzz tomorrow, David, or Rick, and just kind of be a mosquito and to annoy them, and so you can you get a little bit of information on when they're going to do it. They did the 1 call. Did you? Okay. All right. So when do you think you're going to get? I mean, be a little bit of a pain in the neck. They've certainly been a pain in the neck to us over time.
We will get notice of PA 1 call. So once Mark knows, they'll give us a start date.
All right.
We get that.
Will
We
you
get
guys
that.
calm down for a second and give John a second to make a comment? Because he's been trying to do that for about a half an hour.
Sorry, John.
No, it's all right. You're contributing. It just sounds to me like we ought to wait till our next board meeting to take this up, and by that time, we hope we have more information.
So the walkaway, the consensus is that we will not meet next Tuesday. The next meeting will be on December 1st.
First.
Ricky, what are you going to do about the guys that like the Carmen's of the world and the fire companies and all that jazz? What are you going to have them on the 1st? Or are you going to wait till the end of the month?
We could have them,
Let him.
You want to have them, or are we going to be caught up in the budget?
You're going to do something with them because
what we could do is I will put the reports in the packet and the board can just acknowledge them. Because they are pretty much self-explanatory. And then we can have the chief and Carmen show up on December 15th.
Okay, very good.
Good.
I'll tell Carmen.
One last item, as we've discussed the budget and acted upon it tonight, which is all appreciated. I did see where the budget slipped off the front page of the website. So now with the action we took tonight, if that can jump back up, Chris, on
Okay.
or
Yeah, I can do that.
jump back up on the front page.
I'll make the changes and then I'll get it to Susan to post on the website.
That's great, Chris. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Everything's okay? Everything's fine and dandy with you? Your little troop over there? Oh, my God. Okay, we're going to go. Somebody move the.
I move we adjourn and go into executive session.
To discuss the personnel matter.
All those in.
Discuss the personnel
Discuss the personnel matter. Is there, all those in favor?
All right.
Anybody
Aye.
opposed?
I'm opposed.
Somebody's opposed? Okay.